Okay, good morning everyone. So today we will have art and design, and then to activate your knowledge you can work with your partner and watch and listen the video about art and design, and you can look at the picture from the video. For each picture you can write 2 adjectives in the table to describe the art. And for understanding the main idea, you can watch the video and circle the correct answer. Okay, let's see the first video.
Technology has been part of art since the beginning of art, whether it was, the advent of charcoal to draw on a cave wall or paints. In this case, we're using computers and computer systems and data and bits and bytes, but it's really, from my perspective, it's no different than paint. Come into here. This is a new project, and it's really about combining the old and the new. It's going to be 5 different giant lights, and they use aluminum frames and old Edison bulbs. And in the bulbs are small LEDs that we can project video into.
Jen Lewin is an interactive new media artist. She does create computer-mediated artworks that involve the viewer. She works with sound and light and encouraging the viewer to move around and activate parts of the artwork.
These are interactive platforms that are part of my pool sculpture. And they're meant to be jumped on and played on, and you step on them and they light up and project and send video messages to the other platforms, and you can create beautiful swirls of light and color.
What is art? What is technology? What is craft? That's an elusive question. I think if you go back to the most ancient roots of art, whether you go back to cave paintings, which existed in many different parts of the world, it was about the image that might have been represented, but it was also about the space and the light in which you were perceiving those images.
It's not surprising that this idea of interactive art with large groups of people is happening at a time when there's so much social media. If you look at the internet, suddenly there's all these examples of the web being used to connect groups of people and to bring them together. And in my work, I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm trying to bring 100 people together into a space to play with a sculpture in a much more networked and connected way.
Art, architecture, and technologies of light, technologies of construction, etc., were combined to create total environments. So I think a lot of new media artists are returning to that idea.
Okay, that's the video has been played, and now you can answer some question related to understanding the main ideas. And you can watch again to fill the blank from the box. Yeah, use the words from the box to complete the summary. And then we continue to the next audio. Yeah, this is 7.1. You have to complete the tabel or the table with the different opinions of each person interviewed. So I will play the audio. Yes, this is audio 7.1. So you have to listen to the radio report and answer the questions.
Hello from downtown. Overnight, the area's mystery graffiti artist has struck again. Although the identity of the painter remains unknown, their work is making an impact on the community. This large image has been painted on the side of an office building. A lot of people in the street on their way to work are stopping to look at it. Let's talk to a few of them and find out what they think of this latest spray-painted image. Hello, excuse me.
Yes?
I'm reporting on the recent increase in street art in the downtown area. Can I ask you a few questions?
Sure, no problem.
What is your name?
My name is Alex.
So, Alex, what do you think of this new artistic addition to the neighborhood?
This street art? I think it's great. It's something interesting to look at. And it looks good, doesn't it? I live around the corner, so this is on my doorstep.
What do you like about it?
I just think it's cool. It has a distinctive style. At first glance, it looks like the painting was done in a few minutes. But in fact, it's not just spray painting. It's the work of a talented artist. It really decorates the area, and I think the creativity makes a very ugly neighborhood a lot better looking.
Does everyone in the area like it?
Most of my neighbors do. We think this kind of thing could become a special feature of the area. It's a real shame that it's going to be covered up before many people have a chance to see it.
Covered up?
The police are going to paint over it soon, because street art is illegal.
Oh, right. Yes. We'll come back to that in a minute. Thanks for talking to us.
No problem.
Clearly, some people really like the painting. However, there's also already been some criticism of the piece. Let's see what more we can find out about this side of the story. Hello, excuse me?
Yes.
I'm finding out what people think of street art in this area. Can I ask you a few questions?
I'm just on my way into the office, so you'll have to be quick.
What do you think of this painting?
I don't really like it. It's just graffiti, isn't it?
What do you mean?
The people who own this building didn't ask for this, did they? I mean, what right does this person have to spray paint their message here? If somebody wants to express themselves in this way, they should get permission. I'd be really angry if someone did this in my neighborhood.
Do you think it's a work of art?
No, not at all. Art is an exhibition in an art museum. This is just somebody spraying paint onto a wall in the middle of the night. Like I said, it's just self-expression.
Yes, I see what you mean. Thanks for taking a minute to talk.
No problem.
I think it would be a good idea to get a professional view on this now. I have a local police officer with me. Hello, and thanks for talking with me today.
Hi, no problem.
What's your view on the latest work of the mystery painter?
Oh, well, to be honest, as a piece of art, I actually really like it, despite the fact that it's illegal. However, I also completely agree with the person you just spoke with. We can't have this sort of thing. It is vandalism, and it is against the law.
It's against the law?
Yes. Vandalism is a crime because it is intentionally damaging property that belongs to the city or to other people.
I'm very interested to hear you call this piece of vandalism a work of art.
It is artistic, though, isn't it? I couldn't paint that. The person who did this, especially very quickly and at night, is very creative. This painting is really expressive, but I have to stress that it's illegal, and therefore we're going to paint over it later today. We remove all graffiti because it's the law.
What would you recommend for people who want to express themselves through street art?
My recommendation? Well, if this artist wants to paint where everyone can see the artwork, He or she should get permission. We can work with street artists to create art that people have chosen to have in their community.
So, you mean you can give someone permission to paint graffiti?
Yes, well, sort of. However, they have to apply for a permit and get approval and so on. This makes it a legal activity rather than vandalism.
Thanks a lot for talking with us.
My pleasure.
Next, I have an art critic here who agrees with some people about the quality of the latest street painting. This is Simone James, an art gallery owner and art critic. Hello, Simone.
Hello.
Simone, could you comment on the latest creation of our illegal painter?
Many people think that the painting is just rough spray painting. However, the fact of the matter is the artist has created a very expressive piece of artwork using very basic tools and materials. The color scheme and the composition work very well together. It's a strong piece. If this artist were to exhibit and sell their work, I think he or she could make a lot of money.
Do you have any idea who the artist might be?
I have no idea at all, but technically, the work really is very good, so I'd like to find out.
Thank you very much. Finally, there's one more person I'd like to speak with. This is Joseph, who's 13. Joseph, what do you think of the mystery artist's latest painting?
I wish I'd done it. I think it's really good.
What do you like about it?
I think this type of art is a really good way of expressing your ideas. I don't know who did it, but I guess it's a young person, like me. And by doing this kind of art in this way, on the streets, the artist is communicating a message about how young people feel.
Okay, thanks, Joseph. So we've had a full range of responses to the latest street art in the downtown area. However, the true identity of the graffiti painter remains a mystery.
Okay, that's all for audio 7.1. Now I will continue with audio 7.2. So you can complete the PPT with listening. 7.1 has done. Now I will continue 7.2. Oke, sebentar saya cek dulu. Yes, now I will place audio 7.2.
1. Decorate. Decoration.
2.
Compose. Composition.
3.
Communicate. Communication.
4.
Create. Creation.
5. Exhibit. Exhibition. 6.
Recommend. Recommendation.
7.
Activity. Active.
8.
Artist. Artistic.
So you can underline the stressed syllable in each word, and the first two are underlined for you. And now I will continue with 7.3. It's about identifying and non-identifying relative clause. Okay, so this is audio for while listening. You can listen to informal debate. And then you can take note on the participant on their opinion. Okay, let's play.
Okay, everyone, are we ready to get back to business? The next item to look at today is the proposed budget to continue paying for public art in City Park. We've recently had to spend a lot of money repairing and restoring the sculpture we commissioned last year because vandals have broken parts of it. We've also spent a lot of time and money removing graffiti from it. The city accounting office has confirmed that the total bill for cleaning and repairs has come to more than $7,000 this year. There's been a proposal that we sell the sculpture, stop paying for new public art, and use the money to pay for a new recreation center. Would anyone like to comment on this?
Yes, Robert, I'd like to say something.
Okay, Lisa, go ahead.
Personally, I'm not really sure that paying for art is an appropriate way to spend public money. We assume that we should invest in art since so many other parks have art, but in reality, it's costing us a lot of money, and the art doesn't really benefit the city's population. A lot of people simply don't appreciate or like to interpret art. The truth of the matter is, more people would use and benefit from a recreation center.
If I understand you correctly, Lisa, you're saying that we shouldn't spend more money commissioning art?
Well, yes. I think public art is a waste of money.
I see. Yes, Ahmad, would you like to add something?
Yes, thank you, Robert. I see what you mean, Lisa, and I'm not an expert, but it's been said that art, and appreciating art, is an important part of any culture. Okay, it's true that some people say we're wasting money by commissioning art, but the fact of the matter is that art is an important part of any culture. Art can help make us proud of our city, and a lot of people really enjoy looking at it. We had 400,000 visitors to our art museum last year, so people are interested in art.
That's true, Ahmad. Research has demonstrated over and over again that art can have a very positive effect on people.
Thank you, Ahmad and Marco. Yes, Pei, did you want to add something?
Ahmad and Marco have good points, but one other thing to remember is that although many people think that art is worth a lot of money because it's by famous artists or because the city invested in it, we don't actually know that the art is worth anything. Look at the sculpture there now, for example. Since it's been damaged and repaired so much, we don't know if we can sell the sculpture, even to a private collector. Do we really want to invest in more art?
Okay. Thank you all for your comments. I think we need to find out how much new art would cost us. We'll have to get an art expert to analyze the pieces we like, and maybe we can restore them rather than buy new ones. Would anyone else like to make a comment? Yes, Marco?
If we decide against commissioning the public art, we'll need to put something in its place.
Like building the recreation center instead.
You say that, Lisa, but I am not sure that would be popular enough. We'd need to talk to a lot of people to gather data and opinions about whether they like the art or if they want a new building. But this might reveal some really good ideas we haven't thought of.
Yes, I think you're right, Pei. Let's put together a survey. This will include commissioning more art and building the recreation center. Also, we can include 3 or 4 other ideas. Then we can get people to look at it. Is there anything else anyone would like to say? Yes, Claudia.
For me, there's a public safety issue here. The police reports have shown that kids climb on the public art we have there now. This happens almost every night, and they're breaking it and writing graffiti on it. This artwork really is causing more problems than it's worth.
You may be right, Claudia, but I wonder if it's the location of the artwork rather than the artwork itself that's the problem.
In other words, Ahmad, you think we should move it?
I think moving it might solve the vandalism problem. It seems as if the art is just costing us money for cleaning and repairs. If we were to display it in a different spot, we probably wouldn't have these problems. Plus, we'd still contribute to the culture of the city by having the art available.
I agree with Ahmad. I think we could consider moving the sculpture to the front of City Hall, next to the hospital, or possibly even inside the main shopping mall. In fact, The shopping mall has already expressed interest in this because they believe artwork could be a tourist attraction. If we planned it properly, we could get people to see the artwork and do some shopping at the same time.
So, Pei, what you're saying is that you'd definitely rather keep commissioning art, but just put it in other locations?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, yes, those ideas make sense. I think we need to do more research here. First, we need to focus on identifying some places that the art could be displayed. We need to reject any places where we feel vandals would be likely to damage it. Second, we need to consider the cost of the current art, the sculpture that is already there.
There's one other point I'd like to raise.
Okay, go ahead, Pei.
What would we do with the money if we didn't commission any new art and didn't build the recreation center?
You ask a good question. The money would be put back into the budget, and we'd have to determine a project that reflects what people really want.
Well, a recreation center or any other center is a good thing, but it isn't art. I think our children need to see art in public places, especially the work of a famous artist right here in our city. We need to have a balance of investment in leisure activities and public art in the lives of our children.
Okay, I think we need to look into this. We need to explore our options in more detail. Are there any other comments on this topic? No? Okay, we'll move on then.
Okay, that's all for audio 7.3. Okay, so that's all for the audio. Then